In every season, through every season, always do good. In Matthew chapter 14, we hear about how Jesus feeds 5,000 people, in addition to the women and children that were there. And then we also hear about how Jesus walks on water in the middle of a storm, and when he reaches the boat and his disciples, he says, "Peace, be still," and then the storm and the wind and waves stop. To him, those miracles are nothing, but to us, they're in everything. We're like, what the heck? God is so good. Like, Jesus is so powerful. He could provide for your every need. And then, oh, it doesn't matter what storm you're in. Jesus will always be there for you. And how cool is it that he walks with you with faith, and you've got to keep your eyes focused on him. And how cool is that? We have incredible lessons. And to him, it's nothing. To him, walking on water, yeah, cool. I mean, he could hover over water. I mean, that's what he did at the beginning, right? He told the wind and waves to stop. I mean, he created the wind and waves. And with food, I mean, didn't he say that sparrows are looked after? So how much more will the children of God be looked after? Like, to him, it's nothing. But to us, it's just the example of how incredible Jesus is. But let me tell you something. In between those major miracles to us, Jesus was actually trying to get away. Because in verse 23, we hear about how Matthew mentions that Jesus walks up the mountain to be by himself and to pray. And then he does that miracle of walking on water. But let me add it to you that, a lot of us would think that, yep, that's just an example of how you need to rest. You need to spend some time with God. You need to spend some time by yourself so that you can realign your heart. But the thing is, Jesus wasn't just doing that. Jesus was actually grieving. Because at the beginning of chapter 14, the same chapter that these two miracles happened, John the Baptist was beheaded. Now, to the Israelites, John the Baptist was a prophet, because after 400 years of silence, finally God spoke a word through a man, and his name was John the Baptist. And to Jesus, not only was John the Baptist the man that baptized him in the river Jordan, but John the Baptist to Jesus was also his cousin. That's right. John the Baptist and Jesus were cousins. So I would imagine, because Matthew mentions how Jesus was urgently trying to get away from people, but every time he went to a place from the boat, he went to a place, people would be there waiting for him for a miracle. And he had compassion on these people. And then he would then move to the next place to try and get away to be by himself. But when he reaches that place, again, he had compassion on his people, and he did miracles, and it resulted in the 5,000. It's like he said, look, I need some time to myself. Here's the 5,000 loaves of bread. Here's all the food that you need. And then he finally has some time to himself in which he actually grieves. So what am I trying to say here? My encouragement to everyone here, to every Christian, is this: in every season, through every season, always do good. Don't let your circumstance define who God has called you to be. Because Jesus himself was called to be the Savior of the world, to be the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the first and the last, to do these incredible miracles, to be the Lamb that was slain, to do all these incredible things. But he didn't let his circumstances of grief define what he was supposed to do. Because you could see that he did miracles. He still had compassion on people. So as Christians, my encouragement is have compassion to others, including your brothers and sisters of the faith. Just have compassion. Yes, you might be feeling certain things in your life, and things may not be going your way. Things are surrounding you, and there's a massive storm in your life. But at the end of the day, be like Jesus. Have compassion and always do good. Stop criticizing one another. Stop judging one another, whether it be, and especially your brother and sister in the faith. Support one another, encourage one another, pick each other up, don't tear each other down. For to us, it will be simple. For us, it's just simple to just be quiet and allow people to speak. For us, it's simple to show compassion, to show kindness, to show mercy and grace. It's so easy for us as Christians to be like, you know what, God bless you. But for us, it's nothing. But to someone else who hears that, it could be everything. So no matter what season you're in, and again, you are entitled, you are justified to feel what you're feeling, just as much as Jesus needed that time to grieve at the death of his cousin. But at the end of the day, no matter where you are, my encouragement is to always do good. Always be kind. Always be loving and caring. The world needs it. The people around you need it. Be kind. Yes, there are things happening that you may not like. We may not be in unison about certain things. But at the end of the day, in every season, for every season, always do good. Just be like Jesus. Have compassion. And just live the life that God has called you to live. And in that way, you won't allow your circumstance to define the God calling that you have on your life. How cool is that? That God has all called us to be the extension of His kingdom. So let us just have compassion on one another, and that no matter what happens in every season, for every season, always do good. Grace and peace.